Yo guys, what's going on? Welcome back to Chelsea Explained. This is your match review after Chelsea beating Aston Villa at the bridge 3-0, and I can officially say now that Chelsea is truly back this time. This is the type of performances we want every game, week in, week out. And you can definitely see the progress, the improvement from Maresca and the players, and if we continued this consistency in almost every game with this type of performance, I got no doubts that we're gonna challenge and win trophies in the near-term future. And I'm so proud of the boys and the players in the current moment. My match preview, I touched upon that. Now when we're gonna play a weaker side, Aston Villa, that is completely out of form, we need to take advantage of that, because we couldn't do that against Manchester United and Arsenal when they were out of form. But today we did that against Villa, and these are the sort of games you have to take advantage of and collect 3 points, and we saw progress today and we made that happen. The only time they actually got some chances was either because our defenders made a mistake, misplaced a pass, or we got dispossessed in the midfield and Villa went on counterattacks. But otherwise than that, I didn't feel that they had some really good chances, and I didn't feel a threat. We handled this game very well in terms of possession, controlling and dictating the game. We dominated it, in my opinion. Another thing I really liked this game was that we were so aggressive on their backline and goalkeeper constantly, because when a team is out of form, their confidence is gonna be shattered, which was for Villa in this case. Maresca's game plan was really good in the first half and a bit in the second half, that we were gonna constantly put them under stress and pressure, and we forced Villa to make some mistakes, and we could intercept the ball in some occasions, and therefore we could create 2, 3, 4 decent chances out of that. It was so important that we got that early goal from Jackson. It helped us dictating and controlling the game comfortable, because Aston Villa's game plan was always going to be to stay back, squeeze the middle, make themselves compact and force us out wide, and just wait for us to make a misplaced pass or we making an error, and then they were gonna capitalize on it. Also had some nice combination from Enzo Fernandez and Palmer, and Palmer made an assist to Enzo Fernandez, who received a pass outside the box, and he sort of finished it in the right bottom corner with his outside of his boot. So that is something Enzo Fernandez did really well. I had a few chances in the first half where Fofana got out-muscled by Watkins and he couldn't capitalize on a 1-versus-1 situation with Sanchez. And then Enzo Fernandez also got dispossessed just before halftime, and Villa got another opportunity. But Sanchez stood strong in goal and made some important save, and that allowed us to go into a 2-0 lead at halftime. When the second half starts, we continue to dictating, controlling possession. Villa can't get a sniff of the ball. They were just sitting back, being very passive. We just continue to creating good opportunities. Jackson had a few ones that he could have finished and we could have extended the lead. But later on, just with a couple of minutes left, Palmer in that right half space receives a pass from Madueke, makes a body feint, makes a steps to the left, and then curls it top bins. What a finish and move by Cole Palmer. So he got an assist and a goal this game. And then just before the whistle was blown, I think Madueke and João Felix had a chance to get a goal as well. And I'm very happy with the second half. You know, we sort of managed the lead. We didn't have to be as aggressive in the press. We were more patient in terms of creating chances in the final third, and that allowed us to see through the game. Maresca actually did some changes in the lineup today and experimented a little bit, and I thought it was a great experiment to try and see. Now, this setup, this lineup might not be perfect. We need to see it in further games and assess. But we decided to have Moises Caicedo as a right back that inverted into the midfield, and that meant that Wesley Fofana was gonna cover as a right wide centre back in a makeshift back three. And that allowed us to actually utilize both Moises Caicedo, Lavia and Enzo Fernandez in the same lineup. And Lavia, Moises give you that protection in the midfield. They really protecting our back line and cover up for attackers, because their reading of the game, their aggressiveness and interception and tackles really helps us winning the ball in the midfield when Aston Villa going on attacks. So I really like that, and that allowed Enzo Fernandez to be further up the pitch in the left half space and taking more risk and chances with his passing abilities. Maybe we have found a solution here to have them all three playing in the same lineup. We have to see how it continues to do in coming games. And in our attack, we had Jadon Sancho on the left. I thought deserved starting because he was so good in the Conference League game against Heidenheim. Pedro Neto was on the right hand side, Cole Palmer in the middle, occupying that right half space, and Nicolas Jackson up front. Is this something we can continue to see with Moises Caicedo? We didn't get to see him defending in the wide area so much because Aston Villa barely had any attacks on that left hand side. I don't know for sure how it's gonna work when he's gonna defend in the wide areas. Does that necessarily then mean for Malo Gusto? Because he was subbed on later on and he was occupying that midfield role as he inverted, but can he do that role? Can he learn it perhaps? You can't just force someone to play in position and in a role if they can't execute it. So we see if Gusto getting more chances and to invert into the midfield in a pivot and see what he can do there. But for the time being, I would honestly continue with Caicedo inverting from the right back position. My man of the match throughout this game was first going to be Nicolas Jackson, but Palmer made both an assist and a goal, and that's why I give it to him. And one thing I really liked about this setup was that Palmer didn't have to drop deep and help the midfield in possession. He could stay further up the pitch and focusing on being more advanced and scoring, because we had both Jadon Sancho and Enzo Fernandez out there on the pitch that is more of creators, and Lavia and Caicedo gave us that nice protection in the middle, and that allowed Palmer to stay further up the pitch and focus more on the things he is excellent at, which is scoring goals and being effective in the final third. Setup from Maresca, I have to commend him. It was very balanced, both defensively, in the midfield, and when we were attacking. Maybe as of find a solution now to get more out of Cole Palmer. The substitutions we saw in the game was Fofana when he was taking off in the 56th minute. He had some discomfort, felt something, or brought in Badashile. I thought he was solid. I also liked from Maresca that he brought out Jackson and Sancho. And then Nkunku and Madueke came in, and Madueke had an impact, and Nkunku made a few key passes. He set Palmer through on goal to get an opportunity. So both Madueke and Nkunku was positive, and I really like it because Jackson were missing chances, Sancho looked pretty tired, and I wanted Maresca to make early substitutions if we have that option, because our squad players on the bench is so good that when they coming in, they're gonna bring the same level as the players we have on the field. And it allows us to put more pressure on Aston Villa by getting in new fresh legs out on the pitch. We saw João Felix and Malo Gusto getting a few minutes towards the end. I'm feeling so relieved being a Chelsea fan now, and I'm truly enjoying us playing games again. Chelsea Football Club is actually back now. We're seeing massive progress, improvements, and it's about continue being consistent and having this level of performances in every single game coming forward now. and we're gonna be a very difficult team to break down. If you're brand new here, make sure to like this video, subscribe to my page, hit that notification bell so you never miss when the content drops. Chelsea Explained is out. Bye.